Matt, it's 3-1 win today, National League Cup. What did you make of the team's performance today?
I thought it was excellent. I thought that the players worked extremely hard. We pressed really aggressively from the front from minute one. Southampton started the game extremely well. Possession-based team. What we did was the detail in which we spoke about with the players in terms of the way we press and what the knock-on effect to everybody is. They did to a man tonight. But what I think is so important to praise is the effort and the work rate of the players, because I think there's a shift at the club. There's a shift in terms of the understanding of how important it is to outwork the opposition on a weekly, daily basis, whether that be in training, in a small-sided game, or whether that be in a match like tonight. So I'm really pleased with the players. I know that probably in the last 4 or 5 videos I've said I'm really pleased with the players a lot. However, they've gone out and earned a really important 3-1 win tonight, where I just felt we were so dominant. Both strikers have scored again tonight. Henry's got one, Sean's got a really good goal. Came from Dion playing a longer pass, and Henry, who worked tirelessly tonight. For him, he needs to understand that that's the minimum requirement now. He's making tackles. Sean looks as if he's getting closer to what we expect from him. He's not quite there yet. But what I will say is that the trialists that came in tonight, they all played really well. And if we're going to be successful this season, regardless of what competition it is, it's going to be underpinned by a work ethic that, if we get it right, teams can't match. We're becoming a difficult team to play against. Is that because of anything technical? Slightly, but it's more so important that the players are getting used to that feeling of winning, but they're also getting used to that feeling of taking their bodies to a place that they probably haven't taken them to in terms of a fitness aspect. Look, we left 7 players out tonight. We'd had a session at 3 p.m. on the grass. So those players were able to get the physical hit that they needed, because we know that the league and cup schedule for us is relentless.
You mentioned Henry and Sean there. Both got goals today. There's a lot of goals in the side at the minute with Alex and Sam. Do you think it's all healthy competition, pushing each other?
Yes, every team that I played in that was successful had competition all over the pitch. Look, we know we're never going to have the biggest squad in the league, but what we want is depth. We want players that are fighting daily to be in the team. And I say this a lot to the players, they can't make my job easy picking a team. And if we continue to perform like the players have done tonight, because look, we shifted the team around, we made a lot of changes. Players played tonight that haven't played a huge amount of football, but they all went out and they all did a good job, and that's what we need. We need competition. We need, the players that aren't in the team, when they get the opportunity, they need to perform well. If they do that, I guarantee you performance levels, coupled along with results, will continually get better. And look, that's in the space of 3 days, 2 really important wins, 5 goals scored, 1 goal conceded. I know that this isn't the league, but this is a competition that we've entered into with a view to trying to do well in it.
This competition, obviously you mentioned, is it a chance for those players, the ones that come in today, to prove themselves to you?
Yes. It's also an opportunity for us to have a look at some players that are maybe at a different stage in their season in terms of coming back from injury. We've had 3 trialists in this evening, and they've performed well. That's what we're going to need for these type of games if we have to make sure that we utilise the whole squad. So what I will say is I commend Steve and Fingers for the work that they've done in getting the players signed in time to be able to be involved this evening. And the good thing is that the players that we're signing are good footballers, but I know I go on about it all the time, but they're good people. And you're just seeing each and every player, every time they pull a Wheelstone shirt on, going out and giving their all and their everything. I can't stand here and say to you that post Yeovil, stats haven't improved. Statistics physically have improved. The players are giving their all. That's not to suggest they weren't before, but we've had to have some really open, deep conversations around what we are and who we are. And look, at the moment, the players are taking the baton on Will, and we know now that, you know, on Saturday we've got another huge game in the league against Rochdale.
A word on Jacob Adams started today, came in on Saturday when needed. Is it good being able to trust your backup no matter who's
Yeah,
coming?
of course it is. Jacob's had to be patient. Jacob played exceptionally well against Forest Green, and I made the decision to sign a lone goalkeeper. You know, Jacob might get an opportunity now to play some games. If he does, he's got to go and perform, because for Jacob, he hasn't started at this level before. And there's obviously going to be nerves. We've got some big games coming up, but his kicking's really good. He looks assured, he looks strong. And as far as I'm concerned, I think since he's put that goalkeeping jersey on and played for the first team, he hasn't conceded a goal. So long may that continue. But there were some really good performances tonight from our players. I thought Dion was very good. Todd Miller hasn't played a huge amount of football, so for him to come in, get 90 minutes into his legs was great. Jack Wells-Morrison again tonight was good. I was pleased that both strikers scored. But yeah, we're going to need strength and depth this season, because we know if the last 12 to 14 weeks and 16 weeks have been anything to go by, we're going to continue to pick up injuries.